Who's ready for some campfire cocktails? I know I am. We've teamed up with the distilleries in Arkansas to bring you some awesome recipes for some delicious drinks. You're going to want to take these camping, to the hunting woods, all over the place. So tonight, first up, we are starting with one of my favorites, Rocktown Distillery. You're going to love it. We're calling this one the Boozy Glamper, and in just a second you're gonna see why. We're starting off with a rim of Fireball. Who doesn't love Fireball? Dipped in brown sugar and cinnamon. Throw in some ice. Next up, Fireball. And our Rocktown, they make two different kinds of apple pie. I love both of them. One of them's 40 and one of them's 100. We're gonna go for the 100 proof. It's a little chilly tonight, so why not? Just a little bit in there, a little touch, and then we're topping it off with some apple cider. Stir in a little cinnamon stick action, and you're gonna be ready to go. You're welcome. What'd you think of that drink?
It sure is stout.
Thanks to Rocktown Distillery for all the amazing beverages that they make. We sure do enjoy them. So as part of Campfire Cocktails, we decided to bring in some Arkansas paranormal experts, you know, just for the fun of it. We sat down with Tyra and Brooke from Arkansas X-Files, and they shared a very interesting story of Tyra's experience growing up.
I went to an event. I was actually on Facebook, and I seen where they had a paranormal event online that you can go to and you do a 2-hour paranormal investigation. And I thought that was amazing, just because I personally have had paranormal experiences my whole life. You know,
that's so interesting to me. So I've been on ghost hunts in Savannah, in Key West, all over the place. Have never had a paranormal experience besides maybe the hair standing up on the back of my neck or something like that. And I have seen the Garden Light. Now that's true, but I don't know. Is that a paranormal experience? Is it a gas bowl? I don't know.
Right.
So what is that like? Like having a have you ever had a paranormal experience? Yeah. That's so interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, well, as a child, I mean, like I said, it's happened pretty much most of my life. And as a child, of course, it was very frightening, you know, when things were happening. I guess some of the very first things that I remember going back as a child, my sister, I believe, has always had an ability to be able to see spirits. And she used to wake me up in the middle of the night all the time, and she would say, you know, I'm seeing monsters. You see that monster over there? And I'm like, and she'd scare the death out of me, and then she'd take off and go get in bed with mom and dad, and you know, and I'm like, oh, with the monster, with the monster, and I'm like, so yeah, I mean, this began way early in my, you know, and it was terrifying, but I do remember at my grandparents, before the house that we're at now, their house, we would be there, and they would make us like a pallet in the living room, and at night there would be nobody in the kitchen, and we would hear like what would sound like somebody was picking up a coffee cup and sitting down, or the cabinet was opening and shutting.
Maybe they were just making breakfast.
Right. So I mean, you know, it's not too terrifying, but as a child, once again, that's pretty scary. Now my real scary stuff didn't really start to happen until I got a little bit older, and I was actually 14 when I started.
Is this like scariest thing you've ever seen, or like scariest first moment maybe?
Yeah, the scariest first moment, and this ended up happening for a while, but it started out as sleep paralysis. Now,
That would freak me.
Yeah.
Did you say sleep paralysis?
Yes.
Like waking up, hearing things, cannot move.
You cannot speak. You can see what's in front of you, but you cannot move and you cannot speak. And it's quite terrifying.
Yeah, I would be freaking out.
Yeah, so I woke up and I could see, you know, the shadow of the fan on the wall. And then when I tried to move and when I tried to speak, I couldn't. And it happened to me until I was in my early 20s. It happened quite frequently, and the more often it happened, the worse things would get. I would actually start to see figures, shadow figures. I would start to feel things like I was being touched. One of the times I actually woke up, I felt it coming, and as it happened, the more it happened, I learned if I didn't fight it so much, I would just kind of
happening. We
Yeah,
had
it's
things have
scary.
fallen over there. We've got
Don't
one
worry,
of
we're
our
protected,
things
you
just
all.
flew
Yeah.
away. Oh, okay. We're protected. We are with paranormal experts right
Yes.
now. I trust that they know what they're doing. They brought all the right tools.
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay, so we brought our crystals.
Yes, we're good.
We are. I brought my alcohol. I should be good to go. Okay, that was crazy. Could you imagine sleep paralysis?
Wow, no.
I can't even, wow. I would be
That's
scared to
scary.
death.
Yeah.
For sure. Huge thanks to Brooke and Tyra from Arkansas X-Files for coming out and sitting down with us. Thanks to Rocktown Distillery, and thanks to Rock Solid Knife and Tool for our super cool leather cup holders. We love them.